Hello, my divine kings and queens. I'm back to do another video. Really quick, I had pretty much did a video touching base on where I was, and I was really led. I really wanted to do this when I got back home and I was feeling better, but I was really led to just get on here and get this message out that there is a situation, right, a period in your life where you were battling and going up against pure evil in people, because there were a lot of people who were on a hell-bound mission to try to destroy you, to keep you stagnant, right, and to take you out. Ultimately, their end goal was to try to take you out. And see, the thing is, you had a lot of these people who were taking turns, you know, and how it's like they were taking turns trying to go and research stuff. They had one person who was in charge of the research, one person who was in charge of buying the equipment, and all of them collaborated together to try to stir up this cauldron to work this stuff to go up against you. And all it ended up doing was coming back on them 10 times greater. And see, the thing is, these people were on your path, two different paths. You was on this path, they was on this path. And it's like they was watching you on your path, passing a little wand, passing it to everybody, and saying, bippity, boppity, boo. As they passing this different wand, like they like, boom, we gonna cause them to lose this. Boom, we gonna cause them to lose this. Boom, they gonna lose this. Boom, we gonna stop this. Oh, okay, John, now you take turns. Okay. Well, okay. Well, what else? What didn't you take? What haven't you took already? Well, they still got the shoes on their feet and the clothes on their back. Okay, well, I'm gonna take that. Boom, they gonna lose their shoes. Boom, they gonna lose their clothes. Okay. Laura, you go. Laura done picked it up. Laura like, well, what else is there to take? Well, go ahead and mess with their family. Okay, well, I'm calling they family. Boom, you get what I'm saying? It's like they were on a different path, but watching you on yours and sitting up here trying to take turns on what they could do to take stuff from you and to destroy you. And see, the thing is, what I don't get is, if people know that they don't like you, why are they watching you? If you know you don't like a person, what you watching them for? What you watching them for if you don't like them? It can all be so simple, but you rather make it hard. You know why they was making it hard? You know why? Whatever it is that you was doing, if you was trying to love these people, if you was trying to do this, be there for you, know why people was just making it so hard for you? They hated you. They hated your very being. They wanted to take you out because either they wanted to be you, they saw your future, and they was trying to stop you from stepping into that. But this is what I'm saying. You can't stop what has already been written. You can't unwrite what has already been written. You can't stop a person from stepping into what has already been ordained and predestined for them. It's like people was hating you because God put you on this path. They don't understand the same way that Moses went up against God and was like, who am I to lead? Do you not know what I've done? And God had to rise up from that bush and say, I am that I am. Now go. Free my people. Free my people from this bondage and slavery. Moses was just doing what God told him to do. And Ramesses hated him for that, thought that he was purposely trying to destroy him. When Moses was just on a mission that God had given to him, to let his people go. To let his people go. And this is why I say people don't get it until they get sat down, and it's sad. Ramesses could have prevented his son losing his life when all he had to do was just man down and let his people go. You're talking about a man who flooded and ultimately killed the massive people, who was rotten from the core. And that of whom he gave the warning to was to Noah, to build this ark, to put the animals on there to save his family, and everyone else got swiped out. You think that you could keep messing? You know what I'm saying? It's like these people thought they was high and mighty, like they was bigger than God, and they had to get sat down and knocked down a couple pegs or two. Let my people go. Back up off of this one. See, the only reason why God allowed that thing to work, these people thought they had power. They didn't have no power. He allowed it to work the way that it did for that set time, for that set time frame, so that you would learn lessons. But these people took it too far. They took it too far. They didn't know how to back up and stop because they thought what they was doing was working. And God said, for that split second that you got fulfillment and joy out of seeing this person suffer, boy, you about to be going through it for the rest of your life. So go ahead and get that popcorn and sit back and go ahead and count down the days, the minutes, and the seconds that whatever you sent out to this person is about to come back on to you. And let me tell you something. The sins of the parents fall on that of the children. It's going to be a situation, and I pray to God. That's why I say pray for your enemies, because they already... It's going to be a situation where these people going to beg for mercy. Not for them, because they sealed their fate trying to go against you, knowing you didn't deserve that. When all they had to do was just heal whatever was leading them. It's like they was on a hell-bound mission. But they was only leading themselves to their own destruction, to their own demise. They couldn't see it because they had a hole in their brain. They weren't wrapped too tight. Sitting up here, keep trying to go against you. Passing. I keep trying to tell you, they was passing. Like they thought it was a game. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Ronnie, go ahead and take a shot at that, man. It's funny. Funny till ain't funny no more. Let my people go. It's going to come a time where these people going to beg for mercy just for their children, man. Because they know it. They did too much. They took it too far. I'm talking about cooking up stuff up in that on every day, on the second, on the hour. You know how you praying on the second, on the hour? They was on the second, working up, cooking up that cauldron. And I'm telling you, they about to be paying for it, and they sealed their fate. They sealed their fate. Trying to go, and not only did they seal their faith, listen, God gave them forewarning, just like he gave Ramesses forewarning. Like he sent it to him in bits and pieces and signs. Like, this is what can happen if you just listen. Please think of your children, think of your child, think of your son. My God, it's these people was on. I'm telling you, these people's on a hell-bound mission. I don't know why the Prince of Egypt is coming to me. These people's on a hell-bound mission, man. Think of your son. Think of your son. My God, man. It's like these people are about to be praying to God, like, please, just let it end with me. I know what I did was wrong, but I pray for the mercy. I pray for the mercy of my child. Have mercy on my child. And it's like God gonna be looking at these people like, you want me to have mercy on your child, but the same mercy that you could not grant my child when they did nothing to you, and you was trying to not only cause them to suffer and be in bondage and lack, you were trying to kill them. You were trying to take them out, and you did it relentlessly to my child that I begged you to have mercy on. And I said, just back up and learn the lesson. Let them learn the lesson. Y'all go about your way. I begged you. I sent you warnings. You didn't listen to me. You didn't hearken unto my voice. But you want me to have mercy for your child. Because now you see. Seeing is believing. But see, it's too late. They done sealed the fate. They done sealed it now. They done sealed it. That window, that ship has sailed. And this is why I'm telling you, y'all not going to, some of y'all, like I say, those of you who are awakened and who understand, you know your girl coming that real and not that fake, right? When I tell you I wanted to wait till I got home, God said, you can't wait to put this one out. You need to put it out now. I'm trying to tell you something. You had people, mind you, none of it worked. This is past energy. But it can also be current energy, because you got some people who still, even though seeing is believing, they still yet going to keep trying to go up against you. And it's going to come a time where, like I say, something going drastic going to happen where it's going to be a loss, either with them or with someone close to them, because they act like they don't know. They act like they don't know that this ain't a game. This ain't no life, this game of life. Oh, you could just play with this type of stuff and whatever happened, it's not like it manifests or actually hurt the person. What you're doing is causing a direct injustice towards whoever it is you're serving it to, or you're sending it to. And the thing is, like I say, some people are not going to learn until God sit them down. And for a lot of people, he say, it's like, because they went up against you and did not stop, but got fulfillment and joy out of seeing you suffer and be down, they about to be very well going through this for a lifetime, and for the rest, for a very long time. It could very well pass off to their children, because they did not stop and they sealed their fate. They didn't think. They was on a hell-bound mission trying to go up against you. Loving you is like a battle. You know why it was a battle? It was a battle between good and evil. Between what's righteous and holy and what's unjust and demonic. I'm telling you, wrap this stuff up in a machine, and you put your actions into this machine. It's gonna say, it's gonna route, and it's gonna say good, 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 positive, 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 holy, 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 just. Go ahead and put these people actions up. It's gonna route, and it's like evil, 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 alert, alert, demonic, demonic, betrayal, betrayal, lies, lies, deceit, deceit, deceit. This is what they were serving. Relentlessly, unapologetically. But they sealed their fate, and not knowing how to step back from this hellbound mission that they was on and trying to destroy you. They sealed their fate. And it ain't nobody's fault but theirs. God was telling these people for a long time, let my people go. This is crazy how this is coming. Let my people go. He say, let my people. These people thought it was funny. Nah, I'm going to use them up some more. I ain't ready to stop using them. I ain't ready to stop talking about them. I ain't ready to stop bippity boppity and booing and causing them to have destruction in their life and delays in their life and all this loss in their life, heartache in their life. What? Because when you in heartache, when you in that energy, can you think right in that energy? No, that keeps you stuck. These people wanted you stuck. That's why they kept doing it. Whatever they kept doing and working it behind the scenes, did not want to let you see, because it did not serve them a justice to let you see. It did not serve you a justice. It served them a justice to do it behind the scenes. It's like they had one job to do, man. God told them you had one job to do. One job. You couldn't do that right. I say, this your cue. Go ahead and pull back the curtain. It's like they could do it for everybody else and let everybody else get their time to shine. But as soon as you come up in there, that was the cue. Oh, I didn't know that was what the cue. I didn't know. But they knew it. They was on point. Every other time, they was on point. And you know what God called it? It's like they lost that little job. It's like, okay, you couldn't do one job. You don't know how to do this one job serious. You about to lose it. And now you about to be in the audience and you still going to watch them get their time to shine. How about that? How about that? All you did, see, for all that, all you did was cause yourself delays and destruction. That's all you did. You caused it on yourself. And see what it is? These people started going on the list like, hold on, 1, 2 done happened to me, and I done said that, and it didn't happen. So 3, 4. Yeah, that's about to happen too. That's why I say, go ahead and just, for For those who was dishing it out, just go ahead and get the popcorn and just sit back and count down the days, count down the minutes, count down the seconds. You sit it out. This is what I'm saying. It's like these people was evil, but they was stupid. How you evil, but you stupid? How you sit up here and not knowing that this person was protected and thinking that you can really go up here and rewrite somebody's life and redirect somebody's life of what was already predestined and ordained for them to step up into? Delayed, never denied, baby. Delayed, never denied. All you did was delay yourself. All you did was hurt yourself. It can all be so simple, but you rather make it hard. All you had to do was let his people go. God was telling you, let my people go. Back up off this one. They ain't want to listen. It's sad. People want to step out their pride and ego. It's sad. People don't want to step up out that jealousy and that envy. That's what I'm saying. When you got jealousy and you got envy, you better go ahead and fix that real quick, partner. You better go ahead somewhere and go pray that up off of you. Because whatever actions that you choose to step into out of that low vibrational and demonic energy, all it is going to cause destruction for yourself. It ain't going to cause destruction for the person who you wanted to go towards. It's going to cause destruction for yourself because how you stepping and how you moving. It ain't right. How you going to win when you ain't right within? Come again. Tell me who I have to be. You kept trying to mold yourself and reconstruct yourself to try to get these people to like you. They ain't gonna like you. They ain't gonna never like you because of the purpose and anointing that's over your life, the blessings that God has for you, who you are as an individual, as a person. They ain't gonna like you, baby. You got to like yourself. You got to like what you see when you look in the mirror. You got to like how you look when you put on that outfit. You got to like how your hair come out when you get it done. You got to like the outcomes that you get from putting in hard work in your career, your business, whatever it is you choose to do in your life. You have to like that. These people ain't gonna like you. Let me tell you something, because they don't like you, that ain't no direct correlation. Don't have no direct correlation as to who you are as a person, because people don't like you and what you don't have and what you lack. And let me tell you something, whatever it is and whatever it is you experience from a person, when a person sit up here and make you feel like you unworthy, like you ain't good enough, like you not this, or just random people who act like they don't see you or don't want to talk to you or look over you and talk to the person that's sitting right. Baby, let people do whatever they feel like they big and bad enough to do. Let me tell you something, if it hurts you that much and it get to you that much, you go ahead and you take that second and you go somewhere and you find you the nearest bathroom, go to your car, go somewhere to the nearest corner where ain't nobody around, and you go ahead and you just do this. Just like this. Just like this. And you do it real tight. And let me tell you something, don't play with me. Don't you stop and don't you let go until by the time you release, boom, I release all that self-doubt. Boom, I release all that low vibrational energy. Boom, you releasing it. It's like you repelling it. You repelling whatever it is people sent you. You hugging, you embracing it. You say, self, I love you. Self, ain't nothing wrong with you. Self, I got you. Self, as long as God got us, we gonna be straight. We gonna be good. We gonna be Gucci. Keep pushing. Keep holding your. Don't never let nobody see you sweat. Stop playing with me. And when you hold yourself tight. You say whatever it is you got to say to go ahead and reassure yourself that you the bomb.com, that you got it going, that you got it work. Whatever it is that you work it. Whatever job you got, keep it. Whatever money you got, be proud of it. Whatever you doing for you. I ain't talking about nobody else. I ain't talking about you in Sasha's lane, you in this lane, your lane. You working your lane. You working what you got going on. And you love it. And you love every bit of yourself, from the Rudy to the Tootie, from your head to your toe. Down. Listen. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. For real. By the time you go ahead and you release it, it ain't no more, I don't love myself, or I'm not good enough. By the time you release it, you put on that poker face. I don't care if it still hurts you. You go ahead, by the time you done repel most of that negative energy off though. And you walk back up in that function, you walk back up into that event, you walk back up into that office, and you put the best poker face on, and you don't let nobody see you sweat. Like that, and you keep it pushing. Let me tell you something. It ain't for everybody to sit up here and be proud of you. I keep trying to tell you, you had people who was trying to go up against Moses on a path and on a mission, on a assignment that God had placed him on, to let his people go, to free his people. Only Moses could have done it. Sometimes God will pick you because of your will, because of your power that you never knew existed within you. You get me what I'm saying? And he knew that it was there. He knew you would be the only one that'd be strong enough to go head to toe with it. Sometimes you got to go to head toe with your brother. They was like brothers. They was like friends. They was real close. But it came a time where, they went on two different paths. And now he had to come right back to this very same person of whom he once called brother. And he had to say, look, I know this probably going to cause you an injustice, but I'm going to need you to let my people go. I'm going to need you to let God's people go and freedom from this slavery, freedom from this bondage, freedom from this depression, this oppression, this suppression that you got them in. I'm going to need you to let my people go. Some of y'all going to go head to head with family. Some of y'all going to go head to head with whoever that was close. And they going to hate it. They going to hate it. But God put you on this. So if he put you on his, he going to equip you with the resources and the tools to get it done. You see how they kept trying to replicate everything that, like I said, every plague, everything that God was sending their way, right? They was trying to go ahead and say, oh, we could do this too. We could do this too. Oh, it's just this. Look, we could just go cook something up in there. It ain't nothing special about them, but it was. Till they got something, and God really brought the final warning. And he said, go ahead. And he gave them people the last warning. Moses tried to save Ramesses. He tried to tell him, think of your son. Think of your son. These people was relentless, man. They weren't thinking. They ain't think this through. I'm telling you, they ain't thinking through because they weren't believers. Until this started happening and manifesting in their life. And it was like a freak of nature, because everything they sent your way, it was literally happening to them. And they didn't see it touching you. And they like, oh man, we done screwed ourselves. Yeah, you did. Evil but stupid. When it all could have been so simple, and all you had to do was just back up and pray and get that energy up out of you. You kept being relentless and trying to destroy a person that wasn't even paying attention to you, or would not have ever done what you was trying to do to this person back to you. They would have never done it. But they was hell bent. I told you, they was on a hell-bound mission. I'm telling you, God wouldn't let me. He wouldn't let me. I was like, let me get back home and try to get it right. And nope, get it out now. Let my people go. Like, these people trying to keep you stuck, man. They was trying to keep you in an illusion, in a never-ending cycle. Like, thinking of them, looking at them in a certain type of way, when you kept, tell me who I have to be. Like, shoot, you want me to be a circle? I'm going to be a circle. You want me to be a triangle? I'm going to be a triangle. You want me to be a square? I'm going to be a square. It still wasn't good enough. They didn't have no intentions of making you feel like you were good enough. They was trying to break you because they knew what you was. These people had already known what your future looked like, man. I keep trying to tell you, you was dealing with some real demonic people. They didn't look like on the surface that was into that stuff, but they was into it. Bet your life on that. But let me tell you something. They know now. They know now. They know now. They know now. I'm telling you, it came a time I had to really humble myself, because I said, they don't know. They think they know, but they don't know. They think they know, but they don't know. Watch a person who don't bother nobody and keep to themselves, man. If that person is doing right by you, treat people how you want to be treated. It ain't about nothing about trying to scare people or nothing. Just, you ain't got nothing to worry about if you coming and you stepping right with a person, right or wrong. You ain't got nothing to worry about if you stepping right with a person. You got something to worry about when you try to think that you're going to play games and you intimidate people of whom you come direct with it, because, see, you could pick up on the BS from a mile away and you call it out. You might still deal with the person, but listen, don't play with me. Come on. Yeah. Some people, they may not want to deal with you because of that. You just, some people, they just live for being around people of whom people can't really figure them out. Whatever it is, this is the world that we live in. People want to be able to do what they want to do, but they don't want people to know who they really are behind the scenes. And it's okay with keeping that mystery about yourself, but it becomes a problem when you sitting up here and you being mysterious and you being evil and demonic behind the scenes as well, trying to go up against people of whom you know don't deserve that message you're trying to dish out to them. And see, that's the thing. People thought this mess was funny. They thought this was a game. This ain't no game of life. You can't renege and go back. If God was not in the mix, whatever these people were sending your way, baby, you would have been dead. You would have been out. You would have been suffering. You really would have been through this for a hot minute. And they wanted that. They wanted to see that. They lived for that. It ain't just with you. This is just who they are as a person, who they are as a people. But you see what I'm saying in the way that God orchestrated this to work. They kept bip, bop, boo, passing on to Rick, Bob, and everybody taking turns. Whether it's watching you, being a willing participant in it, giving advice, being the instructional guide, whatever it was, all these people paying for it. Please believe that. God say, I'll stop I'll pause it. The day the earth stood still. On some real, like, for real. I'll pause everything. I'll uproot everything in everybody's life. Play with it. I keep trying to tell you, see, y'all think that God just, mellow, When the man give you a warning, he say, back down, man down. You do just that. You do just that. Because he trying to save you from you. It ain't nothing you. See, these people thought, must be what we doing working, and must go do something worse to him if we keep doing this. Evil but stupid. It ain't had nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with God trying to spare these people. Can't save people who want to be saved. So they thought, well, I ain't gonna heed to the warning because it must be what I'm doing the working, huh? But is it? Is it though? Let me know. Is it though? See, that's what I'm saying. Stop going off of this. Stop going off of this. Same thing with what you sending. You think a person don't know how to repel that and send that back? You really think people are awakened and stupid out here? That's what they thought. They thought you was same hole that's up in their brain, real life. It's really up in their brain. They really got holes, boy. You just was going through something. You was never off your rockets. You ain't never have no loose screws. What you realize is the people who you was around is who really had it. That's who really had it. And you realize that. Because I don't know nobody who would get a warning that ultimately would end up saving their life and they still yet choose a path of destruction instead of deliverance. They choose the path of destruction because ultimately they figure, well, if I go down, they gonna go down with me. No, partner. You gonna go down by yourself. And let me tell you something about that movie about a family that prays. Let me tell you something about ignorant and egotistical and narcissistic people, prideful people. She really thought she had something being limited and being confined to the four walls of a hotel room. Literally meeting up to be somebody's screw, bottom screw. And treated her husband, who loved her unconditionally, Like he was just just flick over there. Just flick him over there and flick him over there. He ain't nobody. But she was the real nobody. Because in the end, ultimately, that wife stepped in and said, I'm making my demands, chick. And you go bow down and man down. And this is my man. Watch how I get this right real quick. Lost the car, lost the money, lost everything. And that same man who she treated like nothing had to be the one. But what she said to the mama, she said, the mama's trying to say, baby, this ain't going to end well for you. Please. She said, well, I'm going to enjoy the ride along the way. They enjoyed that ride till God shut the whole amusement park down. Closed everything down. You gonna enjoy that ride. Right on down to that path of destruction. That was your choice, right? So you live with that. And these people gonna have to very well live with it. And they're gonna be begging for mercy because, like I say, the sins of the parents fall on that of the children. They're gonna be begging, pleading, not for them, because their fate is sealed. It's gonna be for their children. It's some mess that they did, man, they ain't had no business doing. And some that they did, I keep trying to tell you, they was sending stuff your way, whatever it is that y'all was battling about, whatever it is you was battling in your life, that wasn't no normal stuff that you was battling. That was demonic, evil energy that people was trying to send your way because they wanted to take you out. And they wanted you to be, they didn't want you to get a penny off the street. I keep trying to tell you, and like I said, like she said, I'm gonna enjoy the ride along the way. They thought like that, and they didn't stop because they thought that you was gonna be right down there with them. But God quickly took you off and threw you away and said, don't you ever come back. He got you away. Now these people is on that path of destruction. He done closed the amusement park now, but they still on that ride of destruction. Ain't no getting off that ride. You sealed your fate when you decided not to hearken into his voice and listen and heed to the warning. Because you thought you was going to you was like, I don't mind going down as long as they go down with me. Now they seeing they going down by themselves and they can't handle it. And they trying to plead and beg for mercy, my God. I'm telling you, when a person got to plead, they that evil, when they got to plead and beg, they send some mess your way, man. They send some real mess your way. Acting out of being impulsive. Not thinking. Being problematic. Drama-filled. Envious. These people was trying to knock you, man. But like I say, you got to be able to look yourself in the mirror. Again, I want to go back to that. You got to be able to look yourself in the mirror. And when I'm talking to whoever dealing with self-esteem issues, you got to be able to like what you see when you walk past that mirror. Who is that girl I see staring back at me? Will my reflection show who I am inside? Will my reflection show who I am inside? You got to like that reflection. You ultimately have to be a lover of yourself, but not in a negative way. You have to be able to look yourself in that mirror and like every piece, bit, skin, part of you. Do you hear me? It took your girl a minute to get here. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I'm not saying that people's compliments, solidified whatever, because I already knew that within myself. But people tried to break me so bad. I kept saying, what's wrong with me? Am I that ugly? Only ugly people get treated like this. I had that closed-minded way of thinking. I said I never had any issues. Not like this. Never had nobody treat me like me. Never. I never had issues. I said maybe I lost it. Maybe whatever. Maybe I ain't got it no more. But that's how the devil wanted me to be thinking. And the first day I really chose to put on, I came out here for work on my business trip. And when I tell you I had my manager, everyone from my manager to the people that was on my team, people who see me walking in the street, people who don't even know me. I'm not even from Atlanta. I had people stopping, honking, and I really put on. But before I stepped out in the world and people just solidified what I've already known, confirmed what I've already knew, I looked myself in the mirror and I liked what I saw. And I said, congratulations, girlfriend. You have graduated to adulthood. Yeah. I like this. I like you looking like this. I like you keeping up and working with what I work with what I got, man. I work with what I work it. I like my nose. I like my face. I know I got a good foundation. But before I got to this point of knowing who I was and what I am, I had to go through some things. And I came toe to toe with evil. And I fought. I fought it. And you know why I fought so hard for myself when I was going up in that spiritual warfare? I fought like I never did before because I felt like I owed it to myself. I never stuck up for myself. I allowed people to bully me, talk about me, treat me like I was nothing, act like they was going to exile me from a friend group out of all some stupidity, bro. On some stupidity. And then I'll let them come back in my life. Let them pick me up. I let people just too many times pick me up and throw me away when they wanted to. People did some real stupid stuff they didn't have to do. Granted, we young. We come out of them phases, but that stuff stuck with me. Not in a bad way, but I learned from it and I healed from it. But I never stuck up for myself. And I allowed myself to go through some things because I didn't know who I was. And I just took it off of people. And it was like the inner me was just screaming out for a protector, for a guardian. And I couldn't be it. I was weak. I was cowardly. And when my life was put on the line, I owed myself that much. And I gave it everything I had. Granted, God gave me strength and was standing behind me. I wasn't alone. But he saw me fight like crazy. I say for the first time, I'm throwing fist punches. I'm punching. You not about to take me out, man. I'm going to walk. I'm going to run. I'm going to work whatever I got. I'm not laying down. You're not going to take me out. You ain't got no power over me. I'm not going to do it. Whatever come what may, God going to know I went out with I ain't go down without a fight. So I looked myself in that mirror and said, welcome to adulthood. We made it. It wasn't easy, but we made it. We here. I looked back. I stepped back. I said, wow, like, this is me? All this is me. On my first day when I got here, I couldn't stop looking at myself. Like, I was like, wow, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Is that girl I see? I couldn't even recognize myself. Staring back at me. I had did my makeup and everything, and for the first time, I couldn't believe it. I say that to say it's not just about the physicality of it. Me clapping and saying welcome to adulthood is me giving myself the accolade and the recognition that I fought to get here. I went toe to toe, head to head with pure evil. And I wiped it out clean. Being me is not for the faint of heart. It's not for the weak in spirit either. And this is why I say people really tried it and tested it with the wrong one. And God knows what I'm capable of, which is why for a lot of you, God will calm you down and say, I got this. I don't need you messing up yourself and giving anyone no further ammunition than you've already given them. Because he know you can do damage. This the thing. People don't know who you are. They don't know what you're capable of when they sit up here thinking that they being sneaky. It's like you saw what people was doing. You saw what people was doing and they weren't getting away with it. You just thought that if you loved people hard enough, they would stop doing what they was doing. They wasn't even trying to stop on the account of God trying to warn them. So what you thought you was going to do? They thought they was bigger and better. This is what I'm saying. People like that, you got to leave them to God. And sometimes drastic times call for drastic measures. When people want to say, well, I'm enjoy the ride along the way, and if I go down, they're going to go down with me. Sometimes seeing is believing and realizing that they the only ones who fell down up in that hole, up in that pit. And got buried down up in that for a minute. They're going to be in that for a minute. Because of what they tried to do to an innocent, harmless human being. You wasn't even trying to really mess with people. You weren't trying to do it to these people. But they was hell-bent like they was trying to awaken the sleeping dragon. I've heard of the sleeping giant, but I'm talking about the sleeping dragon. Because some of y'all just as ruthless as these people who was going up against you, but they could not see that. You ruthless in your own way, though. And that go without saying. You don't let everybody know. It ain't for everybody to know. It's for people to know you ain't got to worry about that as long as you moving and you stepping right. The minute that you start worrying about that is because you trying to come in and play games with people. You coming in and you don't mean people no well. You ain't got good intent for people. That's when you got something to worry about. And people like that, God is trying to weed these people and let you see that they weren't meant to be in your life anyway. So if you losing people because they intimidated by your boldness and you being direct, they're intimidated by your truth. They're intimidated by your positivity. They're intimidated by your success. They're intimidated by your beauty. They're intimidated by your self-love, your self-worth, your self-value. Then what you need these people around you for anyway? What is you shedding a tear for people who wasn't even meant to be in your life from the get-go? They learning a very valuable lesson. Yes, they are. You ain't to be messed with. All of this could have been avoided had they sat down and listened. Whose fault is that? It ain't yours. And that's all we need to be focused on. Ain't that right, divine kings and queens? So whatever it is that they done did and sealed their fate for, they know now. I mean, they know it ain't like it's going to help them, but at least they know. I don't know what it's going to do for the next generation. But like I said, some of these people curse their bloodlines. Trying to go up against you. What I say? They had stripped you down bare, and they didn't want to stop there. They was, let's go to the family. Boom, bip, bop, boo that over there. Bip, bop, boo that over there. Bip, bop, boo that over there. So God went on ahead and blew everything up in their face. Let my people go. Let my people go. These people weren't trying to stop. They weren't trying to release you. They weren't trying to stop, my God. Why weren't they trying to stop? They got to get this right. This is off. This is off. It ain't attached well. It's because of what they've been through. But you don't do that. This is the thing. This is the thing. We have all gone through things, traumatic experiences in our childhood. I can't count not one time I sat up here and purposely tried to go against somebody though. And my whole I got a narcissistic family. That I know. I mean, that's just evident. I know that. People think they can try to fake it and cloak it with me. You ain't faking and cloaking nothing with me. The thing is, I don't purposely go out here and inflict my pain, my hurt, my traumas off them. They didn't do nothing to me. What sense does that make? I'd rather put that energy into trying to get me right. You feel me what I'm saying? I'd rather, man, you know why your girl, listen, let me tell you something. I don't sleep well every night because of my bed. That is part of it. It's part of it. Invest in a good bed, you're going to sleep good. I mean, that go without saying. The other part of it is, I treat people as I want to be treated. Whether or not I get that treatment back, I sent it out. That's the thing. So I may have not gotten it back, but I put that good energy out. I give people good advice. If they need help, I give it to them. If they need love, I give it to them. They need somebody to fight on their behalf and tell them, you better fight that off. You better I do it. I do just that. I want everybody to be happy. It's like I almost like certain people that sometimes are older than me. They look at me like a mother. And that's within itself. Someone actually did call me that. It was like, you like my mother. Darius had passed away, but that's how they look at me, and they older than me. It's the energy. It's all energy. Because I don't see what I get out of being evil to someone who was undeserving of it. I don't get nothing out of it. And that's why your girl, every night, faithfully, don't nothing keep me up. When I'm out, I'm out. Don't call me. It probably, because listen, I sleep so good. Because I do good by people. So come what may, I know I'm going to be in a situation where I'm stable and I'm able to sustain and maintain what I got going on. Do you get what I'm saying? People don't understand it. They think it's a joke. They think that stuff don't exist, whether you believe in God or not. You get what you put out. And that's on period, point blank. That's on Mary Had a Little Lamb, This Is White Snow. If you wondering why stuff is going corrupt in your life, if you wonder why things is blowing up in your life, you wonder why you walking through all this hell, it's because you inflicted that and you caused that in other people's lives. You better start self-reflecting. Because let me tell you something. Something gonna sit you down. Something gonna sit you down. Something gonna sit you down. I'm telling you that right now. Something is gonna sit your butt down. And it's gonna make you, whether you want to or not, to self-reflect on why you so doggone evil. Why you so ruthless and heartless and cold-hearted. Why are you so doggone jealous and spiteful and vengeful? To do the things that you doing, your actions line up to that of someone who is acting out of that energy. You can't say nothing. Listen, let me tell you something. Anybody with a brain who around these certain people can look at it just as clear as day. You a real jealous, hateful, vengeful person, man. And I pray for you. I don't want nothing to do with you, but I pray for you. It ain't no going, oh no, I know you don't think that they look like that though? What is it? What you get out of talking about it though? This is what I'm saying. It's like people try to renege and say, no, I didn't mean it. I just, I don't everybody do that with people who they don't like? No. You shouldn't. And let me tell you something. Why is you looking at what everybody else doing? When you got to go in judgment day come, you gonna have to answer for what you've done. Not for what Bob did, not what Shelly did, Kelly did. You ain't gonna be able to go up in and say, well, God, everybody do it for people then. That's just the thing. Well, it's just the thing to get wiped out. That's just the thing to get wiped out then. How about that? You want to get wiped out? How about that? When you keep trying to go get somebody that God's telling you back up off this one. It's like for that split second that people got fulfillment in seeing you suffer, they about to be dealing with it and dwelling in it for a lifetime. Every single thing, every single situation that they wanted you to be up in, they about to be up in it. And I'm telling you, they gonna be pleading and they gonna be begging and they gonna be crying. It ain't gonna be a thing that's gonna be done on their behalf, because they sealed their fate when they chose not to hearken to the voice and they chose not to heed to the warning. They got fair warning. God tried to say these people on more than one occasion. I'm trying to tell you something. They was relentless. What can you do with a person like that think they bigger than God? You got to sit them down. And unfortunately, sometimes it ain't no pretty way to sit a person down who is acting out of arrogance and being prideful, ain't it? You just got to go ahead and snatch that rug from beneath them. And you just got to go ahead and snatch that foundation that they thought they were so high and mighty and standing up on. And you got to let them fall where they may. Let the chips fall where they may, baby. That's not your fault. And I'm telling you, for some people, I told y'all a long time ago, this is crazy that this message is coming to me right now. I told y'all a long time ago, and you're not what people say you are. I said a long time ago, people going to regret what they did. And you going to feel so sorry when you see. And this how you going to know who was working up against you. When you see how their life turn out. That's how you gonna know who was working up against you. But for some of y'all, it's gonna be in certain situations you may not be able to see it because you cut these people off as you should. And you kept them blocked as you should. And you went on ahead and you lived your life as you should. So what I'm saying is that's one way you may be able to, but we're not even focused on what's going to come. The thing is, it's going to come because they kept trying to send it your way and they didn't know how to stop when God told them to stop. Let my people go. They didn't want to let you go. And then it was working with others to try to keep you bonded. All these people about to be getting it. That's what you do. That's how you handle evil people. Because you don't do that. You don't do that. Let a person go about their way. Let them do what they got to do. Let them take their L and let them heal. What you keep trying to send things their way, because I'm telling them, every time they pass it, they like, evil. Till God shut them up and sat them down. And now they about to be in that energy for a minute. Let my people go. You was in a battle right in the middle between good and evil. And evil was trying to come and take you out. And good was coming in, trying to push it back. And you was right there in the middle, fighting and doing what you had to do. And God was up, watching everything and how it go, and making sure that you didn't fall and lose your way. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. It wasn't easy, wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. But it was worth it. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. And on that note, let me tell you something. It wasn't easy, baby, but you got through it. It wasn't easy, but God carried you through it. It wasn't easy, but he got you through it. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. It wasn't easy, but you stood 10 feet tall. It wasn't easy, but you held your head up high. It wasn't easy, but you kept walking. It wasn't easy, but you kept fighting. It wasn't easy, but you kept manifesting. It wasn't easy, but you didn't give up. It wasn't easy, but you fought evil head on. It wasn't easy, but you got up out that bed every day and you punched that clock. It wasn't easy, but you got up out that bed and you got down on your knees and you thank that man, if nothing else was going right in your life, you thank them for life that he woke you up. Amen. It wasn't easy, but you thought that man, but you thank that man for keeping a roof over your head, shoes on your feet, clothes on your back, food in your belly. Amen. It wasn't easy. I'm saying something. It wasn't easy, but you thank that man for getting your babies to and from school safe every single day. Huh? It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. It wasn't easy, but it made you stronger. It wasn't easy, but you got wiser. It wasn't easy, but you got tougher. It wasn't easy, but you got more aware on the evils that's in this world and how to better protect yourself. Amen? It wasn't easy, but you got through it. It wasn't easy because you God's chosen few. It wasn't easy because you one of his soldiers that he handpicked and molded while you was up in that spiritual boot camp. You had to go through things, and that's why when you was going through this hell and this evil, the devil didn't count on you making it out. But you did just that, and you proved him wrong. And not only did you stop right there, he kept fighting you, and you kept fighting back. He kept shooting and trying to take you out, and you kept getting back up and asking God to give you the strength, to give you the courage, to give you the will, to give you the power to carry on and keep pushing and manifesting and persevering. It wasn't easy, but you got through it. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. God picked you. You was made for this. You true to this. You real to this. You ain't new to this. You been going through this for a minute, but in a different capacity, on a different level, in a different situation, in a different cycle. That's why when it presented itself to you, y'all ain't ready for it. When it presented itself to you in this cycle, in this season, you was able to block it. You was able to fight it. Because you been going through this, baby. You been in spiritual boot camp. You ain't new to this. You true to this. That's what they wasn't counting on. That's what they didn't know behind the scenes. Oh, but they got a clue now, don't they? They got a real clue. So they better go ahead and sit and pop that popcorn and go ahead and count down the days and the minutes and the seconds. And they better leave you the hell alone. Because let me tell you something. That door is forever closed and sealed. Do you understand me? You don't, but you will by the time you see. Let me tell you something. What has already happened, or it will happen, or is currently happening right now. Your girl don't tell no lies. I don't come with that fake. I come with that real. I'm trying to tell you something that I know. You better leave you the hell alone and pop their popcorn and go somewhere. They better leave you alone and go pop that popcorn and go sit down somewhere. Because it don't make no sense. You ain't stopping nothing. You ain't about to be like somebody. Go try to be yourself. Is you mental? Do you need a healing? Do you need a blessing? I'm trying to tell you something. Trying to tell you a long time ago. How you going to be evil and be stupid? These people, it's like they wanted to be you. Wanted people to look at you a certain way and look at them a certain way in lights that was not their own. But kept watching you. She kept trying to get other people to watch you. When all you was trying to do was just go about your life. Go about your merry way. Ain't have no sense. Ain't have no life. Ain't have a brain. But let me tell you something. Come what may, that ain't your problem no more. It's these people's problem to figure out why they made like that and why they do the things that they do that don't make no sense. When ain't nobody messing with you, you don't mess with somebody. You don't go out your way to try to watch somebody with whom you don't like. To try to get other people to listen. You mental, or is you mental? Have you lost your brain? Have you lost your mind? Do you need to go say a little prayer for God to go ahead and give that back to you, sweetheart? I think you need to, sir, ma'am. Because you, at the end of the day, you're going to be sat down regardless of the fact. I keep trying to tell you, go ahead and tell these people, you better leave me the hell alone and go ahead and pop your popcorn. You better leave me the hell alone. That's on the real. Go ahead and tell these people, you better leave me alone and go pop your popcorn. Because what all you doing is just furthering, adding to the list of the things that's going to come your way, not my way. You adding to the list of the things that's going to come your way. You better leave me alone. It can all be so simple. I don't know why you're trying to make it hard. All you got to do is leave me be. Open up your eyes to see. Nothing you do will hurt me. 'Cause I'm chosen. I'm God's baby. And I'm going to leave it right there. Let me tell you something, man. You chosen. You God's baby. Ain't nothing these people going to be able to do. They just add into the list. Oh, well. It's like, listen, these fools right here don't get it. I keep trying to tell you, they got kids, they got houses, they got bills that need to be paid, but they sit up here trying to take time out their day to watch you, to see how they can stop you. Evil and stupid. Got a hole in their brain. They'll laugh at that for you even. You got to pray for people like that. People like that, it take maybe other people seeing them to put them in their place so they can know what you doing is really out of pocket and it's weird. And it's mental and it's a psychological something going on up in there that you need to go get fixed for real. Something that maybe something here on earth can't fix. God gonna have to fix. Keep trying to tell you. Nothing you do will hurt me. 'Cause I'm chosen. I'm God's baby. Won't you wake up and see? But they sealed their fate. It's too late now. I keep trying to tell you. It's like all they doing is adding to the list. Well, they gonna lose their car and this. No, you gonna lose your car. They ain't gonna. I know you the one. Just keep adding to the list, fool. Keep adding to the list, being silly. When all you got to do is sit up there and get on. You don't like a person, stop watching. Don't that make sense? Don't that make sense? Oh, it don't make sense. Let me break it down to you like you a 4-year-old. You don't like somebody, right? What does that mean when you don't like somebody? You may not very well have a reason for why you don't like the person. Probably because whatever they got going on, you ain't got going on. You hating on somebody because of who they are and what they look like and what they got going on. Instead of just looking at your life and trying to go ahead and make it happen for yourself, you sitting up here hating because somebody else got it going on for their life. So, okay, we've already determined why you don't like the person. So now that we've determined the why, now that we've determined the why, let's go ahead and determine the means to the end. So now you don't like the person. So let's go ahead and try to figure out what you got to do about that. Well, you don't like the person because of that. That's something dealing with internally with you. Ain't got nothing to do with that person. 9 times out of 10, you ain't never gave nobody no reason to not like you. So at the end of the day, a lot of people need to go ahead and get self-evaluate, self-reflect, go ahead and get that right, get it tight, heal, keep it real and heal. And that's the deal. And like I say, you don't like a person, don't watch them. You don't like a person, why would you take time out your day when you got things that you need to handle as a human, as a grown woman, as a grown man? You evidently got too much time on your hands. But that's already been determined, right? Because clearly, yeah. So at the end of the day, like, that ain't got nothing to do with you. It got everything to do with these people. And if they don't have time on their hands, and it's things that they need to be focused on that they not focused on, but yet they procrastinating on that and putting that on the back burner just to watch you. I'm going to be nice. God said, don't do people how they do you. That's another thing I'm going to tell y'all. Don't do people how they do you. You know you can do damage. You know you can do damage. You know you could do damage. You know you could break these people's spirit and their feelings by telling them about themselves. But you won't do it. That's why you being blessed. And that's why I sleep good at night. And that's why you going to sleep good at night. This ain't to scare you. This is just to let you know. Your enemies sealed their fate trying to go up against somebody who didn't deserve it. They sealed their fate. They sealed it. Ain't nothing they going to be able to do. Ain't nothing. If I could turn back the hands of time. Ain't no turning it back. You should have heeded to that warning when it presented itself to you. And you should have got up off that path of destruction. So, like I say, they didn't know then, they know now. And a lot of non-believers about to become believers real quick. But it's going to set the standard and it's going to set balance. Granted, you may lose a lot of people. A lot of people ain't going to respect you. They ain't going to understand you. They ain't going to want to deal with you. You ain't everybody's cup of tea. And everybody ain't your cup of tea. Your cup of tea. So, you take that with a grain of salt and you keep it trucking and you keep it pushing. Because at least you know that you protected. And at least you know that with God being on his path, it come with promise. It come with blessings. Never mind these people. That's evil, but got a hole in their brain. Which meaning they don't know how to process through things. We gonna be nice. So, the actions speak louder than their words. Speak louder than whatever it is they trying to hide. Because you don't like a person, but every other day you got their name up in your mouth. You don't like the person, but you taking time out your day to watch the person. And not only that, you trying to go in and get other people to go watch the person. But see, what the outcome that you expected to get, you didn't get. You thought people was going to laugh. And what they did, they walked away with a word. They walked away being inspired. They walked away being motivated. And they walked away looking at this person in a different light. The light that they should have been looking at them from the get-go, from the beginning, before you open up your mouth. That's what's happening. They didn't get the outcome they wanted. They should have never opened up that can of worms. But see what I'm saying? When people ain't up here all wrapped together, yeah. They ain't all wrapped up together. They think they're going to get an outcome because they didn't cross their T's and dot their I's before they sat up here and tried to get on this hell-bound mission with you. They just jumped head first up in it. That's what that hate make you do. That's what that envy make you do. That's what that jealous make you do. But let me tell you something. You know where they lead you to, though? That little bit of time that she talking about, I'm going to enjoy the ride. Yeah, you got a little fulfillment out of it for a short time, a short-lived success, sir, ma'am, for a lifetime of damn. Let me get off of here. A short-lived little moment of success you thought you got for a lifetime of hell and damnation. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? You evil but hole in the brain person. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? I think not. I think they realize that now. But it's too late. Because they done sealed their fate. People who are not non-believers, people who are non-believers before going to be believers now. You can bet your life on that. But let me tell you something. Let me end it off right here. And when they push you down, you got to get back up. And when they push you down, you got to get back up. Dust the dirt off your shoulders. Champion no matter what. Let me tell you something when they say in that song about, Everybody wanting to gather around when you doing wrong. But very few people will come when you cutting the ribbon, to you opening up a new restaurant, to you starting a franchise, starting businesses. Very few people will come and show up for that, but everybody will show up when you trying to find a place in a homeless shelter, when you trying to, go and try to apply for food stamps, or trying to go, people will help you, but very few people will help you or be with you when you on the up and up. But never mind that. Dust the dirt off your shoulders, because you a champion no matter what. When they push you down, you got to get back up. Hey, when they push you down, you got to get back up. When they talk about you, get back up. When they knock you down, get back up. One thing about it, what I used to see in school, you had certain people, like, they may not have never won a fight, but they didn't run from a fight. Whether they lost it or won, listen, people got tired of fighting them people. They got tired of fighting. They're like, man, I got to be fighting every time they get back up. I punch them, they get back. I punch them, they go get back up there. People get tired. They want a one knockout fight. But see, you relentless. You refuse to let people take you out. I refuse. I don't care. I ain't got nothing to lose. You like, listen, I ain't got nothing to lose. I might as well fight. I ain't got nothing else to lose. When they push you down, you got to get back up. When they push you down, you got to get back up. Dust the dirt off your shoulders, champion, no matter what. You refuse. That's why they kept having to go back, man. But see, they still yet again, even though they was tired, they didn't give up until they wanted to see that outcome. And that's when God said, I'm done trying to save you. Now you need to realize the repercussions and the consequences of your actions, of you not hearkening to my voice and heeding to my warning. This ain't no fairy tale. This ain't no game. What you doing, working that mess up against a person's life. They needed to realize that. I guarantee you. I guarantee it. Whether they learn that lesson or not, they gonna know what it mean when it come to you, though. They gonna know what it mean when it come to you. So like I said, you're gonna lose a lot of people. But never mind that. Because they wasn't meant to be in your life from the beginning. It wasn't meant. But a lot of people gonna realize, and they gonna know, that you ain't the one to be messed around with. And that's on period point blank. Mary had a little lamb. Do you understand me? They sealed their fate trying to go up against the wrong person and rewrite your story and how your life. They thought they was bigger and better than God. For that short amount of time, they was able to see you suffer. Only because God allowed it, because you need to learn lessons. It wasn't because they had any power. They never had any power. For that short amount of time, they about to be going through it for a lifetime. Pray for them. Because it's serious. But it ain't nobody's fault but theirs. God told them, let my people go. Let them go. Let them go. They ain't want to do it. Now they suffering. It ain't funny no more. Now them people scattering like roaches. Before they was gathering like rats. And they scattering like roaches now. Because they seeing it. Now they seeing it. Before they was gathering like rats. Hey, come one, come all. We need everybody we can get on this. Then it wasn't working. Now they scattering like roaches. But God's still gonna get them. God's still gonna get them. Whether they around this person, whoever initiated, whoever was the mastermind behind it, they still gonna get it. You still gonna get it. Because at one point in time, you gathered like a rat. Just because now you choose to scatter like a roach, don't mean you about to miss this whooping that God got for you. He got a special can made for you. A special can. Since they thought that mess was funny. I'm telling you. He didn't want me to wait for this one. I was trying to wait till I got back home. They feeling it. But it ain't nobody's fault but theirs. And until next time, I want y'all to stay prayed up and be blessed and understand. If you need a friend, you got it in me. You need love, inspiration, motivation, you got it in me. I'm your sister. I'm your confidant. Y'all know I come with that real. I don't come with that fake. I keep it 100. I keep it a buck with you. Okay? Until next time, y'all keep bringing others and bringing others to the JC game. Reach one, teach one. Till next time, stay prayed up and be blessed. I love y'all.